Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I will continue modeling some components for the window and how to connect it to the frame. Also the internal parts and external parts like these shutters. I have modeled the hinge for shutters, and also we need some hinges for the window. So let's go forward for it. So just bring it close to the window in order to make it go into much between the frame of the window and the window. Just like this, going to select, hold down shift and select all those parts for the hinge. I think you should hit one for the front view or the side view in order to bring it. Let's bring it along the z-axis, then along x-axis like this. Y-axis, not z-axis. Then also Control 1 to invert the position. So grab along the x-axis like this. So let's see what we have here. I think would be fine, so let's just scale it a tiny bit. I think the proportions are much good for let's leave it as it is. So just making some adjustment and grab it to position it and place it in the good way. I think as shown here. Let me show you also how to rotate the upper leaf for the hinge. The upper leaf should be rotated, I think, in 90 degrees along the z-axis, just like this. R and Z 90. Control Z. So let's, I think, rotate it in the negative direction. So in order to rotate this leaf, the upper leaf of the hinge, does really matter. Yes, it's a great problem if anyone is for anybody is beginner. I think let's try it. Look at this, what happens. Just you want to rotate it to just around the cursor, as to cursor. I think just Control Z to undo. Click on this in order to make the cursor over here. Then just, I think, just let's try rotate it. Yes, around the cursor. Look at this, what happened. Yes, there is a problem. If you want to rotate it, just hit numpad 7, yes, for the top view. Then try to rotate it like this. R to rotate. This is gonna be rotated to rotate it around the cursor, just like this. Control Z, but this is wrong. So let's try again to put the cursor is at the center, I think. Let's try to change also for the active element, just like this. Then make this global transformation. Rotate around the axis like this. And to have this problem, for the active element, then try to rotate it around the cursor like this. So let's see what we have here. Hit numpad 7 for top view, then rotate it along the x-axis like this, and this will be so fine and good. Yes. Control Z, then R Z, then 90. In order to rotate it in this direction, you should be retype negative 90 like this, R Z, then negative 90. Yes, and this will be so fine. Let's see what you have here. Yes, I think it's great, it's fine. Hit number 7 to place cursor at the center. I think just almost go back to activate the select box like this. I'm gonna be selecting this leaf, the bottom leaf for this hinge. Also, we need to rotate it 90 degrees like as we have done with the first leaf for the hinge. So rotate it along the z-axis 90 like this. So let's see what you have. It's number 7 for top view, so let's just select everything, the hinge, grab it along the x-axis like this. And this should be good. So I think just I want to grab this along the x-axis just a tiny bit to make it in the good position like this. I think it's fine. Yes, it's fine. This part, so let's rotate it again on the z-axis. Control Z. Just position the 3D cursor over here, then try to select this. Let's rotate it along the z-axis just a tiny bit to be in good position like this as we have here. Hit number 7 also, we need just to rotate it again to do it much more. Control Z. So let's rotate this upper leaf. Rotate it along the z-axis just a tiny bit to be much more close and going through this gap like this. And as we have, what we have here is great for the hinge. I will add some detailing for that. So let's see what we have here. Yes, it's great for now. I think I should select everything in order to grab it much more along through this gap. Along the Y, not x-axis, just like this. This will be fine, yes. Should be fine. What we have for the hinge and positioning the hinge in the gap between the window and the frame of the window, it's great. For now, so let's just, I'm gonna be duplicating, yes, select all those parts like this, I think. So let's duplicate, Shift D, click on left mouse button, so let's grab it along the z-axis. Don't move it anywhere. As much you make it with much more detailing and a good position for that. So let's do it for that. Hit numpad 1. I think control numpad 1. Just zoom in, zoom out in order to see if we have control Z. So let's grab it in order to be symmetrical and in a good position for the window. As much we can see here, it will be so fine. So let's also do width for this part of the window. So Shift D, click on left mouse button, so grab it along the x-axis like this. Just should position it approximately in this position. Also Shift D. Let's do it for the other hinge for this upper part. Grab it along the z-axis just like this. Ctrl Z. In this case, you can't make it with the same proportions, the position of the hinge with its node. So let's just try to select this again and duplicate it. Shift D. Click on left mouse button. Grab it along the x-axis. Hit numpad 1 for front view. Control 1. Then grab it along the x-axis. I think this is fine, yes, because the same proportions and the same direction to put it over there. So I think it's good till now what we have here, yes. It's good now for the hinge. I will continue to place all the parts for this window and also the hinges for the shutters of the window. Thanks for watching, see you in next tutorial.